Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. This is what y'all wanted. Y'all wanted me to review Train's baseplate. It's been out for a little while, but we're just gonna review the game. So first, you're gonna spawn it and then you're gonna go to the rail yard and you'll see they have a large variety of rail cars. They have wheel cars, they have box cars, coil cars, just random rail cars that you can spawn on your train, which makes it really good to make trains because they have a variety of rail cars. And then it goes down here, and then they have the just regular TTX wheel cars. But that's basically it for the rail cars. But no, they have gondolas, tank cars, the box cars. But if you want to spawn the wheel cars, they have I forgot what they're called, but it's basically where all of them are connected. But you have to spawn at A, B, C because that's just how it is. It just makes a little bit more sense. As you can see, there's little holes right there for the wheels to go in. And then that's how you spawn a mixed wheel car. See the wheels right there, they slide into that little hole over there. But no, and then we're gonna spawn a different type of rail car. See, there's a tank car, and then there's another tank car. They have different types of tank cars, like one you can fill more liquid into, which makes it really cool to make variety trains so you don't just have one type of tank car. So now I'm just gonna spawn a locomotive. Might as well just spawn BNSF. And I'm just gonna spawn a bunch of containers just to make a, well, actually I'm gonna spawn empties. Why not? That'd be interesting. It's just a bunch of empty rail cars. Well, well cars. But no, see, it's TTX, but they have it as like FTX because of the copyright situation. And then they have CNSF instead of BNSF, like the copyright reason. But no, never use this little dial thing, because when I use it, it like gets stuck on my mouse. So even if I like click off the button, it'll stay there, and then it'll move it. Like I'll move my mouse around the actual like screen and it'll follow it, so then I have to reset and spawn a new train. Well, I had to despawn my train because someone wanted to be an idiot and just decided to ram their train into mine. So mine derailed and wouldn't go anywhere. But we're just gonna check around the map. So first we have this little coal power plant, then we have a airport, then we have Cedar Junction, which is kind of like a diamond area. That, like, the main yard's over there, and then we have Bellevue is like a kind of street running track area, which is really cool. But then we have this intermodal facility, and then here's the dispatch. They have a pretty big dispatch room, but this is actually the main yard. As you can see in like the spawner, you'll see main yard, that's what that is. But there's a lot of dispatch right here. It gets kind of confusing time to time. Then you have another intermodal facility. And then you have the industrial park, which is like where you put all the like rail cars, like if you have a local. That is where the gondolas, tankers, and then there's just spots for center beams and things like that. Just an industrial park. And then we also have Aaron Mills. It's just a random place. There's a yard over there. It's the Sandersville spawner, I think that's what it's called. And yeah, if you just spawn a train over there and you drive it, you'll get past that area. And then here's the mini park right next to the spawner yard. And then here's the place I was talking about, the main yard. And then this is just a random area. I don't even know. Like, I don't even know how to get a train here. but it looks like you have two clear aspects. But then we're gonna go to my saddle co-loader, yeah. And then we have a giant bridge right here, right next to another giant bridge, which is really cool. Wow, look at that. I've been over this bridge a couple of times, gotten some good shots of it. But they have a barge over here, just sitting there, beached. Well, it's not really beach, but you know what I mean. And then here's a giant bridge. Looks dope.
NARS.
But no,
Equipment
bro,
detector.
my mouse got
West,
stuck. It does this glitching thing, so now I have to use my controller.
2.3.
Alright, so here's where you spawn in when you first join the game. It's just this little area. And then we have this little area over here, which is actually before that other place that we just looked at, where they had that little restaurant thing, and then the yard's over there. I think I see a train coming. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's a train coming. So I'm just going to let the train come by, and I'll review the rest.
NARS. Equipment detector. West.
Well, apparently people don't know how to make trains, so we're just going to go back to spawns. And then when you go to Bellevue, there's actually a train here now. Where the street running is. See, right here? The train's all the way over there. We'll see it in just a second. You just gotta wait a minute. Wait till around that curve, so I'll let y'all see it. Well, apparently he's not going around this curve. I hear his bells, but I don't see him. Well, where is he? Oh, well, there he is. Look at that train. That is... okay, that's something. But, no, see, that's where the yard is, and then it rounds over to this area. So we're gonna go somewhere else now. We're gonna go to Sandersville, or, yeah, this is where he just passed. This is where he spawned. And then this is like, I don't even know, to be honest. Then we have this giant grain facility. It's a giant round curve to load your grain carts. It's giant. And then I think, yeah, this is the main yard. This is right outside the main yard. They have Triple Crown right there, which I think is really cool that they added Triple Crown a warehouse. But then we're going to go to Vernon Rail Yard, which is like just a side rail yard. I've never been to this place. I can never find these places anywhere. But that's basically it for this video. If you liked it, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.